We're live.
All right. Welcome to another Thursday night of the Guitar Gear Locker. My name is Alex Books. This is my co-host, Mr. Roger Sutherland. And this is live show number 46.
46.
Yeah. So, we got
right up front we always forget to do this. If you like what we're doing, like and subscribe right here at the front. We always do it at the end. I meant to say that before we went live. But thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
wherever it is, there. Just like and subscribe. It's
over here.
Yeah. Hit the button.
Yeah.
So where are we starting? You wanted to start with the Kramer SM1.
Yeah.
So talk about gear this week.
Yeah. So I actually thought I've never been the biggest Kramer fan, but this Kramer SM1, now I thought they just reissued this, and they reissued it years ago, which it shows how much I look into Kramer guitars. But so long story short, this guitar is originally called the Kramer Stage Master, I think it's called, or Master, Stage Master. I'm pretty sure it's Stage Master.
I'm trying to hit a share here in a second while you talk about.
And so this guitar, I believe, was originally premiered in either 1988 or 89. And the original guitars that Kramer put out of this original guitar here, the SM1, was made by ESP in Japan. Actually, a lot of people don't know that because ESP was making those later Kramer guitars, and nobody knew. So, but I remember seeing it back then, and I was immediately attracted to this guitar. Now, it's maybe one of the only neck through body Kramers made, and it's kind of like, and maybe this where ESP ties in to putting this guitar out back in the late 80s. It reminds me a lot of a Horizon, and but I love the specs. I love the hum single. It's kind of like it looks more like a combination of a Horizon meets like a Jackson Soloist, I guess.
Right.
And so it originally came with a ebony board. I'm not sure if that's real ebony on an $819 guitar.
Right.
But yeah, I just thought it was really cool, and as soon as I saw it, and then I looked into it more. I think either today or yesterday, and I was like, wait a minute, they reissued this 6-7 years ago when they relaunched Kramer, when Gibson bought Kramer. But yeah, I just think it's a really cool guitar, and I haven't got to play the reissue of it, but I've seen some really good reviews of guys on YouTube doing a review on the guitar, saying it's a very solid built guitar. I believe that these are maybe made in Indonesia,
more than likely.
So, but yeah, I just thought it was really cool, and it was something cool to talk about. I don't know if anybody's watching right now in the comments that are familiar with the original Kramer.
Hey, Trouble's up.
What's up, Trouble?
What's up, Trouble?
But yeah, I just thought
it's a good looking. I don't know if I like the orange. What do you think? I'm not a big fan of the orange.
Not a fan of the orange, but I think there's a couple colors. It was like I saw black, blue,
There was. Oh, here we go. I was gonna say, how did I get here? There you go.
Oh yeah,
it doesn't look bad. It's almost sparkly, also too.
Yeah. But I like the specs. I like the hum single, neck through body, ebony board. I'm not sure what the body is. I don't know if we know. It says
let's see. Mahogany.
Oh, mahogany body.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mahogany,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Not bad.
But yeah, I thought it was cool. I don't know what you think of it, Roger, but
yeah, it's it's funny because I didn't pick up on this when it was released back then either. But it's really interesting because we see a lot of 80s guitars come rolling through here, and this takes you right back, especially the headstock. The headstock.
Totally. Yeah.
It's a cool looking guitar. That's not a bad price either. $819. but that's Z sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and you're right. So that, I mean, your Horizon, that body style looks exactly like your Horizon, except for
Yeah.
yours is single, right?
Mine is what? Sorry.
Single.
My
The Horizon, right? The new one. Candy
yeah,
Apple Red?
I have two of them. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, my Japanese one, the original, real, Horizon ESP is two humbuckers actually,
Right.
and then my LTD is a hum single. Yeah.
Cherry
Yeah.
red burst. Yeah, it would. Yeah. Well, and that's almost like the candy red, candy apple red on yours. Yeah.
Yeah, the Candy Apple Red. Yeah, that's the home
Yeah.
single,
I
which is a
wonder.
great guitar, made in Indonesia too. My only Indonesian made LTD.
Really?
Well,
What did I just got something that was, I have a couple things that are Indonesian. So I have the LTD that I got was made in
oh, yeah.
Indonesia. It's pretty good. I've been playing that a lot lately too.
Oh,
And that Kaizen, the Sterling Kaizen is made in Indonesia. And yeah, that's they did a good job on the frets. I was pretty surprised
yeah.
because sometimes you never know. So they
Yeah.
did. I mean, there were things that I noticed, just talking about, things you notice coming in from different countries is, especially on the more affordable ones, like that Kaizen is solid, not to get off on a tangent about Kaizens, but what I noticed is, a lot of online reviews talk about the tuning issues, tuning stability and all that. And sometimes that revolves around the nut. And I noticed, like when they filed the nut, they're not precision about that stuff, There was a lot of, it's a plastic nut at that price point for $849. That's what you're going to get. That's unless you have a locking nut like the Kramer. But there was like material left over from where they filed the nut getting in there, but not a big deal. That's stuff that a quick setup. You shouldn't have to set up a new guitar. It should be done for you at the store, but that doesn't seem to happen. But that's another story. That's my pet peeve. So yeah, that's a good. I'm looking at. I look over there when I look at stuff, as I've said a million times. That's a good look. Well, what are those feathers for the inlays? Hold on, I'll show.
I believe it's like the headstock. I believe it's a headstock. Or
Really?
headstock. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. I'll put it back up.
Yeah.
They're getting better about sharing one here, but it's still a few different steps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool, actually.
That's pretty creative.
But I guess if you want to try and find one of the original ones, they're really hard to find and probably pretty expensive. Probably a
I
couple
wonder
grand.
how expensive they are.
Probably a couple grand, I would assume. At least 3 to 4,
I
something.
wonder.
Yeah.
Let's see. And are the originals SM ones?
No, they're state. I think it's Kramer Stage Master.
Oh, that's right. Hold on. Will this do this?
Yeah.
Will it change? It did. Wow, nice. Okay.
Yeah, let's see what happens. See if we can find one of these.
We've never done this before. I mean, it doesn't take much to impress me. Like when something works. Oh.
Okay. Oh, there's one right there. 3,095. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really, I mean, that one there is a little bit different.
Yeah, I think
Hey, Dwight, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Dwight. Let's see. Yeah, I think that
Yeah, this one here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the guy right there. Wow.
Mm.
So real one, well, you have a lot of real stuff on there. So what mini toggle, I would assume splits the humbucker, correct?
Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably about all it could do. Yeah, $3,000, and then the newer ones in the 800.
1989. So what that says? 1989.
Yep. Yeah. Not bad. I like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Now, wow, and I like that worked. Cool.
Mhm.
And it was easy. Hey, Alex, he says.
Hello, Dwight.
It's always good having Dwight with us. So, let's see. So next, I figure we skip around. You know, it's funny because we've kind of done a role reversal this week where it's normally me coming up with all the stuff that's been in my feeds, but today and yesterday you were like, da-ding, da-ding. I kept getting text messages with links. So so usually it's the things that I've been gawking at all week. So this week we're on your list, but I inserted one right here because we have to talk. It wouldn't be us if we didn't talk about Fishman, right?
Mhm.
So Fishman has their new I'll pull it up, their new in hole, which I get a lot of people that request um the in hole acoustic pickups because they don't want, if they have a high end, especially a high end acoustic guitar, they don't want to drill holes in it. So they want something that's just going to fit in the hole. And yet this is out of stock, and I would imagine that is because it just got released.
Mhm.
Yesterday. We knew about it a couple weeks ago, but we were ordered not to let the cat out of the bag on this one like we did unknowingly last time.
Okay.
I think we did that. We didn't know it. But yeah, so this is the rock icon. They have, of course, like any Fluence thing, Fluence electronic system, they have different voicings. So I think this is really cool and adds some versatility while kind of maintaining the original integrity of the guitar. So,
Yeah.
which a lot of people like. I just did another Fishman in hole, but typically they go straight across. They don't do this whole round, following the contour of the hole, and they also don't have different voicings. So I like that. They have different ones. I think they have a Nashville voicing, more classical voicing. This is their rock voicing.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, so I think that's going to be, we always talk about, these things being a game changer, with Fishman and in particular their Fluence systems. I think this is going to be a game changer. You know,
Yeah, yeah. That's the first I'm hearing of a pickup that has multiple voicings for an acoustic guitar. So that's
right,
really sounds
right.
pretty. Yeah.
They've come a long way, and where some of the problem that you have is, and I'm hoping that there's kind of a retrofit on this, is, it, I have this just happened a couple weeks ago where the person is a really nice Martin. He may be watching tonight. But he has a really nice Martin, but you don't want to, like, the strap button on the end isn't always, I know you're not a big acoustic guy, but it isn't always, where you plug in. It's usually just like a little wooden knob back there.
Yeah.
But you have to enlarge that to get these output jacks through there. And if
Mhm.
you have a pretty high end or older vintage Martin or Taylor or Gibson, whatever, you don't want to take a reamer and start reaming out these end pins or for the end pins. So I would assume that they have some sort of retrofit. I think this is still too new to really know. There's your two distinct voices.
Mhm.
Um, but this is probably still too new for me to know about it. I want to talk to my rep. She did tell me about it a little last week. But so what you do in that case is that sometimes you just kind of pin the wire back behind the strings and run it. Actually ends up hanging down the front of the guitar,
Mhm.
which if you're just into, it doesn't really mess up the looks of it. You do see a cable running down the front, but not a big deal. If
Mhm.
you're on stage playing and just looking for sound.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. I still, this and a couple other things. I still have my order in for the wireless systems. I'm really curious to see how they're going to sound. They
Yeah.
must be sellers because they're not making them fast enough to keep us supplied with them.
Mhm.
So, and obviously with this saying sold out, it's brand new, so they're probably still getting up on the orders for these also.
Yeah. And
But
what is the price on these? Is there a
this
price?
was, I think, was it 300 baht? I think it's 299. I
Oh,
saw it
okay.
on somebody's site.
Yeah.
I want to say it's $299. So, not too bad. I mean, that's about what we're seeing with some of the Fluence systems on the electric guitars, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
are they're one of the first to make a acoustic pickup, right? Fishman, I'm pretty sure. Or
No, I mean, well, you see Fishman's. I mean, when I think of so remember at first you introduced me to Fishman Fluence. At
Mm,
first, anytime I thought of Fishman's, I just instantly thought of an acoustic guitar. I just
yeah.
figured it was a little, box on top, the electronics on the top with the under saddle pickup, and they were all Fishman and made for acoustics. I
Yeah.
think you kind of turned me on to those, and now I'm neck deep in those. But yeah, they I don't know if they were the first, but they're certainly one of the big guys in it. That's for sure.
Mhm.
So, and that one, I also like the if anybody's looking for acoustic electronics, I like their matrix system is also awesome. Also, uh,
Mhm.
it's a powered system, but you do have to drill, or ream, just enlarge the hole on the end to get
Yeah.
the bridge pin out and the output jack through it. But then your preamp is right there attached to that. There's no modifications to the guitar. You do have to have, if you're going to have controls, you put them on the outside, but they do have a volume and a tone, I believe. So, yeah, good systems. The Matrix, these are going to be good. I can't wait to hear one.
Mhm.
So a lot of good stuff's coming is coming out with them.
I'm
So
curious.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's we'll turn you into like a bluegrass player.
Hey, sure. Why not?
What have you ever seen Billy Strings?
Billy
He,
String?
yeah,
No, don't ring a bell.
he's a really good. He's a young guy that plays. Seems bluegrassish. I pick him up on like TikTok and on YouTube and all that. That kid can wail on a guitar. He's really good.
Yeah, I'll have to
So
check.
very fat. Talk about shredding, bluegrass style. He shreds. All right. So the next, let me hit a share here for your next topic, and we'll do. I could have told you what your next topic. It didn't put it in. Oh, okay. It took it out of order for some reason. Here we go. Your next topic.
Yes. So this is the Tom Warrior of Celtic Frost, Hellhammer, Triptychon, distortion pedal. I just saw this the other day and I was like, wow, that is pretty cool. Now, I stopped using distortion pedals back in the early 90s, I believe. But I own one distortion pedal, which is the one I used to use, which is just the Boss
Uh-huh.
distortion, which I don't use. I bought it because this was the pedal I used back in the early days of agoraphobia and all that kind of stuff, and
Right.
just for nostalgic reasons. But
Right.
I'm curious about the Tom Warriors. I may have to buy it just
Really?
just to have it because you know, if anybody is a Celtic Frost fan, they know that Tom has probably one of the heaviest guitar tones ever.
Right.
So I'm really curious about this pedal. I saw one video today of a guy doing like playthroughs, and he was just playing a bunch of Celtic Frost songs and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I never thought I'd see a Tom Warrior. They call it the Morbid Tube Distortion pedal. I like it.
Yeah. Right.
It's got the if anybody is familiar with Celtic Frost, or if not, Tom has a newer band because Celtic Frost has been split up for quite a bit now, but he has a new band called Triptychon. So that
Mhm.
is actually the T of Triptychon, meaning his
Oh,
third band, Triptych, triple,
right.
Hammer, Celtic Frost, Triptychon. So, but yeah, I don't know, man, pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And I mean, it's not too expensive either. 169.
yeah,
That's not bad.
yep. But
Yeah. So you're gonna get one?
I think I'm gonna have to.
Wow. Well, there you go.
I'm a big fan. There's two guitar players. There's Tony Iommi, who's still the heaviest guitar player I think known to man,
Yeah.
and number 2 spot would be Tom Warrior. So,
Right.
oh, I see a guy. Ooh,
Yeah,
he's doing the
sure.
Tom Warrior. Ooh, ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Shred word. Are you getting one? Let's see. We'll see who else is getting one. Hey, you know what surprised me, and I guess I knew this, but never really paid too much attention to it, is you said, I don't use distortion pedals. You told me that today on the phone, but you like this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I just got you got to have it because it's Tom Warrior. You know.
Yeah, yeah. He
Yeah.
didn't answer if he's getting one or not.
Yeah.
I the tone is amazing.
Tom's
Oh,
tone.
Tom's tone is amazing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, can't beat it. Yep. So
All right, let me go to my handy dandy. You I know I gripe about StreamYard every week, but I had everything in perfect order and it jumbled it. So that's why I'm sitting here every time I do something, I'm like, okay, what's next? All right, this is your next topic. I take a lot of time putting these in order, Alex.
mhm.
Um, and maybe. Oh yeah, I think I got it. Wow, that guy, right?
Okay, another Kramer. So this is brand new, and it stuck out to me because a friend of mine an old friend of mine, Joe, he had a Kramer. I remember he got it either for Christmas, and it was probably '87. I'm thinking maybe Christmas or maybe Christmas of '86. I can't remember, but I remember he got this guitar, and that is pretty much the guitar. And I just thought it was kind of interesting because
Oh
he
yeah.
had the same setup, except his was all black,
Uh-huh.
and it's the same specs as that guitar. I mean, it looks like the same guitar. It didn't have the battery pack.
This
Battery.
is this
As
is close to that white one that I did not long ago. Remember?
oh,
Kind of
okay,
restoration job.
yeah. But
Yeah, that's from this
I
era.
saw, yeah, yeah. But I saw that. I was like, wow, that brings me back to his old guitar.
Yeah.
And
Let's see.
yeah, like I said, I've never been like a Kramer guy, but I thought it's pretty cool too. You know.
Yeah. It's funny. You said I've never been a Kramer guy. Like most of the text coming through were like Kramers.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's funny. So I like this the paint on this, the flip flop. Have you seen that before?
Um, what the blue? What is it?
Well,
Flip?
it's blue, but if you look at it, I wonder if they have, they didn't do a really good job with the photos on this. All right, you can kind of see it right there. See, oh, you can't see the pointer, can you? Why wouldn't it show the pointer now? That
See a
sucks.
little bit. Yeah,
Okay.
looks
Yeah,
like a
the
nice
pointer's not
finish.
moving around. All right, yeah. So if you look in the top left picture, well, we can make it right there. All right, the
Mhm.
picture on the left, you can see where the arm carve is kind of
Mhm.
purple.
Right.
So
Mhm.
depending on how the light hits it, it'll be purple. Some are like purple, green, gold. This
Oh
one
yeah,
probably is like purple and blue. Everywhere, like up by where the neck joins in the other picture, you can see it's kind of purple.
yeah. It's kind of like ESP has a finish like that's called Andromeda.
Oh,
Andromeda finish. So you'll get all different colors like constantly on the guitar.
yeah. This color is the reason why, and I'm not making this up. It's the reason why I don't do at this point, maybe in the future, I don't do finish work because I found a G&L, and we'll talk about them later on tonight. I found a G&L like Telecaster here locally. And I called it my G&L rescue project because somebody repainted it like a bass boat, like
Mm.
heavy metal flake green. And I got it and I took it down to wood and fixed it. And I said, all right, well, I'm going to do this exact color, flip flop, purple blue. And it's pretty interesting because you paint it, after you treat the wood and seal the wood and all that kind of stuff, or fill the grain, you hit it with black primer, and then once you start hitting it with this color, and the more coats you put on it, the more of a flip-flop effect it gets.
Oh, I see.
But it was 30 days of spraying coats of clear on that, refinishing it. And I was like, I'll never do this again. But it looked cool when I got finished. So it's a cool paint job, I think, the flip-flops.
What's that, 5-bolt too? I think a 5-bolt neck.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
And $14.99.
Hmm.
That's
It looks like, is that like a roasted maple neck too? I'm not, I didn't
well,
see
it looks
this.
like it's trying to be, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Maybe it's painted, you know?
Yeah. Well, no, that looks like a normal neck, right? Maybe
Yeah,
just like a light stain on it.
looks a little dark, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be mahogany, you know?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. That's a cool looking guitar. You getting that?
No.
Okay. I'm trying to sell you on something tonight.
Yeah.
So, all right, we have a pedal.
Mhm.
All right, we're gonna get this again. Brown Sound, talk it up.
Yeah. The Kramer?
Uh-huh. You know what? 2 times in a row, I tried to send you the link. Which won't make any sense to anybody watching. It's when I send you the link to join. Let's see. No, the next one, Tonex.
Mm-hmm. So, I believe the guy, I think his name is Jim Gallstad, and I watched this guy for years. That's him right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, recently,
How did we do this?
yeah. So,
Can you hear that?
yeah.
I didn't know if it would do it. Sorry,
Yeah.
everybody in here headphones.
So backstory on this, Jim Gallstad, which I'm pretty sure that's his name. I've been watching the guy for years on YouTube, and he was hunting, you know, how Eddie got his tone and researching everything and all the stuff that he would use for all the albums, all the early Van Halen records, in particularly the David Lee Roth era.
Sure.
And so we did a feature on this last year. It was the 78, 79.
Mhm.
So just recently they released 80, 81 and 82 to 84.
Okay.
So, you know, basically for any Van Halen fans like myself would know, well, 80 to 81, you got Women and Children First, and then you got Fair Warning. And then 82 to 84, you have Diver Down and 1984 album.
Right.
So it basically goes through all those tones. And, you know, I still haven't tried this thing out, but eventually I'm going to have to purchase, maybe, you know, if I like one, I'm going to get them all. But
Well, you have to get, don't you? And I could be totally wrong on this. Don't you have to get the Tonex?
I think you do. Yeah. You know, so I'll have to
Right.
get that as well.
Right.
You know?
There you go. There's 2 things.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. You know, if you're Eddie Van Halen, not like myself, it's very interesting. And
Yeah.
even more interesting is if you watch the videos from Jim Gallstad. I think that's I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Jim.
Jim.
You can find his YouTube channel, and he's been around for a lot of years now, and it's just really super cool. All the effort he went into to find those tones, or what Eddie used, and try to get, I guess, the best he can to get those tones that Eddie got for those records, and down to every piece of equipment that he used. So yeah, really interesting. And then obviously Tonex, I think is it Tonex, that's the company, or
Yeah.
they I guess collaborated with him to release this collection. So pretty cool,
So how do you feel about the computer side of it simulating the amp side of it to get that
that.
sound?
Yeah, that I don't know, so, But
You
well,
don't know how you feel about it.
no. But if you watch the videos, you could see he's using the old amps down to the guitars that Eddie used,
Right.
down to the old Ibanez Japanese made guitars that Eddie used to record the early Van Halen stuff with the parts guitars,
Uh-huh.
boogie bodies and all that kind of stuff. So it's actually really cool, and the Marshall plexis and this and that, down to the pickups and and all that, and the bridges and yeah, it's very
Right.
cool, really nerdy
So
stuff.
he's kind of simulated, well, not simulating. So he's using a simulation, but the equipment he's using is the same
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah,
He's shooting for the same thing there.
yeah, yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. But yeah, really, really cool stuff. Like I said, I haven't tried it out in person, but going
Right.
to eventually.
Oh yeah, there's 82, 84 right there.
Mhm. Yep.
The Brown Sound. $99. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paid a man
Yeah.
for his time and expertise, right?
Yeah. But yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. I think I could be totally wrong, but I'm almost positive that I know somebody that has the first one that came out with
Oh,
the
okay.
yeah, and they
Nice.
like it. So I have a bunch of the presets, like an eruption preset and all that, and the fractal that's close, and he said it's better than the fractal. But the
Oh, wow.
fractals are pretty good. Actually, or what was a different sound? The fractals are pretty damn close, I think.
Mhm.
But and then again, it all depends on that. I have smaller head rushes that I play it through.
Yeah.
So, all right, and then that takes us to going down. It's kind of funny that you sent me this because I was actually talking and we are talking with somebody else and ran across this. Let me do. Oh, the Rhodes. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So Jackson, a few years back, they released the American series guitars. So I guess these are like, these aren't your custom hand built USA guitars that Jackson was originally known for.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I guess these are like on an assembly line, but these are like higher end instruments. So they released like a soloist, I think, a few years back. I think that was like the first thing, and then they did another strap body, and
Right.
now they have the Rhodes. And yeah, I mean there's nothing new about them aside they have stainless steel frets, but it's pretty much your typical Rhodes guitar.
Yeah.
Uh, except one has a hip shot bridge and the others are Floyd. Uh,
Oh,
yeah. Um, but yeah, seems cool. Seymour Duncan pickups, I believe on these, and neck through body,
yeah.
halter body, um, three piece maple neck, I'm assuming, and ebony board. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. I'm just curious of the difference between these and a USA Jackson. Like when they call it the American series, like is it all made in the States or what's the deal? Yeah.
Right. Right. Well,
So
I think nowadays, it could all be assembled here, but I think inevitably you're going to get something from somewhere else.
yeah,
It seems. Um, that's a
yeah,
good looking guitar.
yeah, it's
So
cool.
it seems to me like that the upper tailpiece is like a little longer, doesn't it?
Mm,
Or is that just no?
Uh,
Yeah, up here. And oh, the pointer is working now. Yeah, up at the top.
it looks the same as any other roads to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
Anything different. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool. American made guitar. Like I said,
Yeah.
I imagine it's on an assembly line. You
Yeah.
know.
Dwight loves the Jackson Randy Rhodes Flying V. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I mean, as a kid, first seeing Randy Rhodes with his original Concorde Jackson, which was, I believe the first Jackson ever made, as Jackson, because I was a fanatic Jackson at Charvel, So first real hot rodded guitar company, if you think about it,
Uh-huh.
innovative.
Right.
So, but yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, So
Now, what is I mean, is there any significance or history behind, when you're looking at the V, the Rhodes V is smaller at the bottom than the top rather
yeah.
than
Well, from what Randy designed that,
uh,
Randy Rhodes, he drew it on a piece of paper. I
uh,
think Grover Jackson still has like the original sketch that Randy, made. But it was, I guess he was trying to emulate a shark, like a shark fin. So that's where that
mission
comes.
accomplished.
But the thing about it is that design is something super comfortable,
Yeah.
about it, the way it's angled. And the same thing with the V. When they designed the V, guys were sitting like this with the V, but it's actually you play it like this sitting down. You put the one
Yeah.
side between your legs, and
Right.
and it's upright like this. And for me, you know, a Flying V is one of the most comfortable guitars to play. I know some people think they're uncomfortable, but to me, it's just like one of the best designed and most comfortable guitars to play.
Right.
But the Rhodes, yeah, Rhodes is definitely something unique. I can't think of a V that was made before that was offset like that.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think the one I had, if I'm not mistaken, that was a 22 fret, right? Wasn't a 24.
I don't know. I can't remember. I remember the guitar.
It seemed like there was something weird about it, and I think it wasn't a 24 fret, and
Well,
that was probably one of the things I didn't, and not that I'm into, 24 fret guitars, it just felt like it was too short.
the original ones in the '80s were 22 frets.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't think they made a 24 fret till a little bit, maybe in the later '80s, maybe.
yeah.
Actually, no, you know what? The first 24 fret V, I think that was made by Jackson, was actually for Dave Mustaine
Oh,
because Dave Mustaine wanted the King V, and if anybody knows really where the King V comes from, it's an even set Rhodes, but it was the King V was designed by Robin Crosby of Rat, and
mhm,
Robin Crosby's nickname was King. So that's where the King V comes from, actually. A lot of people probably don't know that.
right.
But when Dave Mustaine ordered his first Jackson that he had made for him, he requested that he wanted a 24 fret, V. So I'm pretty sure that that is the first 24 fret V made by Jackson.
Yeah,
Was Dave Mustaine's custom shop.
Dwight's giving us a hand here, most with 22 fret custom shop. Yeah, and
Yep.
I think so. Dwight, what do you think about the 22s? It seemed, I mean, looking at this and then remember mine because I got rid of it. Um, it just seemed like there was something that I didn't like about it, and it just seemed like that made. I know it didn't make the neck shorter, but it seemed shorter.
Yeah.
You know, it was just weird to
Yeah.
me.
It's funny you say that because like my Eclipses, which is ESP's take on a Les Paul, they're 22 frets, and I have an LTD black metal, which is an EC black
Uh-huh.
metal, which is 24 frets, and it's awkward for me, even though it's
Yeah.
24 frets. I'm just so used to playing that type of guitar with 22 frets.
Oh, true.
I go,
Yeah, yeah.
when I go and play that, it's just like you know, it's like if I play an SG or something, I just want 22 frets. I don't want 24 frets.
I remember when I first started playing again as an adult, within the first couple of years, I tried out an SG and I forget where I was, but I said, I don't like this because the neck is too long. And they looked at me and they were like, the neck's the same size, and I made them prove it to me because it seems, I don't know why, the body style on that makes it look like, the neck is way out there.
Yeah.
Now that, you can almost see the shadow of it today. You're old. I always talk about it. I should just bring the damn thing in here. Now that I'll do something. I'll be very low tech here. That one there, that's the S. I'll go get it. That one there. Let me turn my damn flashlight off. That neck feels. I know it isn't long. Yes. Yes, I'm still limping on the broken foot with the electronic thing on my foot. If you look at this is Alex's old guitar.
Yeah.
But this one here, the neck on this looks like if you were hauling this in the back of a truck, you would need a red flag on it. It seems that way, but it's not bad. And it's also like for a V, I mean, for one thing, that I like how he did that little cutout in it.
Yeah.
But it's also not, it's not wide like a regular V. Did you have him do that?
The only thing I requested him that he did was I wanted the Jackson shark tooth inlays, and he wanted to do something different. And I told him, the shark tooth inlays on it. But no, that was the guy that made that guitar is Henry of the band God Dethroned. If anybody is familiar with God Dethroned in Holland. And Henry's the guitar player, vocalist, and he started his own guitar company. He's a luthier, and I thought that was a pretty cool shape, kind of different, So the guitar company is called Serpent King Guitars, and he made me that guitar.
Right,
but it's a cool
That's
guitar.
a cool guitar too. It is, like I said, for me, especially. I mean, sometimes when I'm playing out there, I'll sit down and play. And if you sit down, it will make your shoulder sore because you are way up there with that guitar. And it probably has more to do with that narrow V, maybe, right?
Maybe.
You played it on stage, so you would know more than me.
Yeah. I don't know. That guitar's pretty comfortable, for me.
Yeah. What it is? It's super light.
It is very light. Yeah.
That thing is crazy light. It's actually, when you look at it, like it looks like a big, bulky, heavy guitar. It's not at all.
Yeah, it's the lightest guitar I've ever owned, actually.
Yeah, I can imagine it. It's so super comfortable. I just think that for me, it's like if you're sitting there playing for about an hour in the sitting position, it sits up there so high that it kind of makes your arm sore. Let's see. Shredwood ESP Arrow is my favorite V shape. I own an E2 and Edwards. Yeah. Man, I still like the Edwards guitars.
The Arrow for me too is the most comfortable V I've ever played. So,
7 pound. That seems to be kind of the magic weight for people, right?
Yeah, they're usually around 7 pounds, but I have one that is definitely heavier. I have one Arrow that is probably got to be over 8 pounds easy.
Oh yeah. Wow. And I mean, we know, it's funny. I don't know if he's watching tonight. Probably not, but he's in a local band here. We talked about him a while back. He has a Strat. He made a post on social media this past week and was talking about how heavy his Strat is. And that I said, it could be one. It's not, could be. It's the heaviest Strat. It's, I want to say 12.4, 12.8 pounds. Wow. It's a Stratocaster. So he's and again, I know people check in and out of this, so everybody doesn't hear the story all the time. For some of you, it may be a repeat if you've been on, but he also brought another guitar, a newer guitar in, and he said it was too light. So I put I had an old FU tone block that was from an old, I think
too much.
yeah 12 pounds. So he likes heavy guitars, so he had me wrap one of the FU tone blocks in foam and stick it in the electronics cavity to make that guitar heavier. I another one. He's used to heavy guitars.
Yeah, I owned the Fender Strat. It was like it was a American-made Strat, and it was like a
Mhm.
silver grayish color, and
Right.
that guitar was easily 9.5 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah.
was that was for me, that was the heaviest Fender that I ever played, Strat, you know? But,
I think the heaviest guitar I have is probably my Les Paul, and it's not bad.
well, no, for Fender Strat, I mean,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I
My
yeah,
black Strat is pretty heavy, but I have a lot of crap jammed in that guitar. There's a battery in it. It kinda demos everything. We've talked about that before.
yeah, yeah, my one Eclipse is easily the one you worked on that guitar, it's like the
Yeah.
burst, it's got the burst on it, it's thick
Yeah.
body, like a custom, that guitar has gotta be over 10 pounds, something like that,
But
and,
so for anybody that's watching, because there's a few watching now and us. So what is there a guitar that you would rather have heavier? For me, it's like an old Les Paul. I wouldn't mind having like a 11 or 12 pound old Les Paul.
well, speaking of that, Gibson just reissued those,
Yeah. Let me
70 Les Pauls, you know? And they're
yeah.
known for being super heavy because they have, I'm wondering if it has anything to do with the pancake bodies too that they did in the 70s. Um, but
Were
yeah,
they Les Paul? That was like a series, right?
yeah, I think it was like 70s series. I just put out those
Oh,
guitars.
yeah, here you go. It's not the Deluxe 70, right?
Well, that's a part of the series, the deluxe too. I did that as well.
I have it.
Yeah, I think they did one with the mini humbuckers. I think that's a deluxe, right?
Oh, hold on, I'm trying to send you the link again. Man, it's right next to the other button. You would think I'd figure this stuff out, man. It's just they put too much stuff on here. I feel like a DJ.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nice.
Uh, wait a minute. The one is, I think the Les Paul is. The
Yeah.
oh
No,
no,
that's a 50s, isn't it?
that's not it. No. Mm,
60s. You know what? I wonder if I can
probably just find it not even on the site. Easier, just maybe on
right
Sweet.
there.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
just do that one. We'll just pick the first one. That's it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the question. Like, oh, wait a minute. Wow, look at that.
They look nice. So I don't know. So that one I think has the black in the middle is black, like on the sides. It's,
Mhm.
it's like
Like that?
yeah, click on it.
Well, I did. Well, that
Oh
enlarges it, right?
no, I don't see anything. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. It didn't change.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
that's I'm
Sweet.
sorry. Do y'all want to join me?
StreamYard.
Hold on, man. That sucked. I'm sitting here looking at I have a whole Black Beauty up here. So if I click on this, all right, hold on. Let me now I'm gonna have to stop sharing, then reshare. Yeah, I was over here oohing and ah on a guitar. I didn't realize y'all weren't. Oh, you want to join me? Oh man, every once in a while I have to look left so I can make sure I'm displaying what I'm seeing. That's what I was looking
There it
at.
is.
Yeah, I thought you were following me. And then let's see if it'll do this. See, it did that time. That's what I was looking at.
And there's the black one. So
Well, of course I was gonna click on that one.
my
Yeah,
question,
you said the side of it.
if these are the 70s reissues, are they pancake bodies or are they a solid piece of wood?
I
Wondering.
don't know. I wonder if it
Because, you know, they did that to cut corners in the
yeah,
70s with those guitars.
right.
Um,
Well, and that so here's my question. Your opinion.
mhm.
So were the 70s guitars that awesome that they needed to recreate them, first of all? So part B to that is, I mean, for just a little bit more money, you can buy an actual 70s Black Beauty.
Yeah. I mean, my experience with Les Pauls, uh, the truth is most of the Les Pauls I've ever checked out were actually from the 1970s that I played.
Okay.
I thought they were good guitars. I mean, just too heavy, for me.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, they were they were good guitars.
But are they $4,000 worth of good
Your
guitar?
well, your Les Paul is much better than the ones that I played.
Oh, yeah. Well, that I think that's okay. I'm not saying this because it's mine, but it's a R0.
Yeah,
So these are probably a little different than that. And it's a 2005.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's a nice guitar. Uh,
Mhm.
so yeah, I just always wonder, like, so it's a couple things, are the newer versions of the older guitars better because
Yeah.
the process is more refined, or
You
you
would
know,
think that, we know Gibson's reputation. It's not always the
yeah.
case, you know?
Well,
So
yeah, and that's true. That's why I kind of emphasize like my guitars of 2005. I back then they were building some nice guitars.
and that
Um,
that seems like the trend with Gibson lately is just reissue old guitars
yeah,
and, like a signature guitar of somebody, that was aged, and
right.
still charge you an arm and a leg. I know. I moan about Gibson, but
But we
I
still
still
love them.
I love Gibson though. I do love Gibson. But
So
yeah,
let's see if it'll follow me here. And then we'll do, let's see what like a 70s. Um, isn't there a way to just do,
I would just
oh,
type
wait a
in.
minute, here. Here we go. Ah, man, I didn't, yeah, that didn't work.
Ah, oh, that's interesting. Oh, there you go. So, hmm. So they
Wow,
cost around.
there's a 78 right there for 46.99.
So they're around the same ballpark.
Yeah.
Money.
Well, and so when we were talking the other day, remember I told you the one thing I didn't like about 70s guitars, the 70s era, was the weird burst colors they had.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
agree.
not
That
gonna show. Shit.
yeah.
All right, the one all the way to the right there. That man, those kind of colors, I
Ugly.
just don't like them. Yeah, they had some weird bursts back then. Now that one there doesn't suck, does it? $21,000 though.
Wow. 1974. Because it's a Randy Rhodes. That's why.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But there, I mean, there's one a 79 for $4,100. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to look at that to see like what I mean, they're in the ballpark. Like, I
So
mean, what would you rather have? What's going to hold its value? Well, here's the let's try this one now. Um, let's go back here. And so I did the sold ones, and I'll do most recent. So here's some 70s. There's $3,500.
yeah. Wow.
One to the left isn't bad. Um,
70.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
But I agree about some of those finishes in the 70s were just terrible. Like that one right there. That
Oh
80,
yeah, that's rough, man.
like
One day I'll have to. You've seen my Les Paul knockoff, and it was that weird color, and I hated it then. You would think that gold top would have started greening out by now, but yeah, I don't know how you feel about the mini humbuckers, but I'm not big on those. I don't know
No,
why. Oh, there you go. There now that's the epitome, is the one right there that I'm hovering on. The black pick guard with the gold hardware and the ugly burst on it with the pinstripe in the binding.
yeah.
That
Cool.
so when I think of 70s Les Paul, that is the guitar that's in my mind.
Yep.
That's why if you ever hear me say, God, I don't really like 70s Les Pauls, that's what is in my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I like the cherry wine or whatever, red wine color, whatever they call it. I like those finishes on those, which they did that. I'm pretty sure one of them is a reissue. It's like a red wine
Look at this one, man. That guy right there looks like he's been. That one that comes in here, that 82 I told you about, the finish looks like that. It looks good. Yeah, it's a little beat up, little chunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just kind of that was our little shopping excursion then. I was just kind of curious to see how the new ones compared in price to a true 70. That's kind of weird. But and these are probably heavy. I should have looked at some of the weights, but yeah. Kind of odd, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way for $4,000 for Gibson.
No, I'm good with the one I have. Although, I mean, I wouldn't mind having the Black Beauty one day. But I've also, I don't know. I think it's really weird. I kind of scratched that itch, if you will. When I bought that PRS, man, all of a sudden I started playing the hell out of that. And I was like, I'm not surfing Marketplace all the time. All right, so our next one is, let me hit a share on this guy. This is the one I was talking about earlier when I said we were kind of in each other's minds when this, actually somebody else mentioned it.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
That's one of them. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the new Jackson 80s Super Strats, I guess. So that guitar looks kind of like the Steve Vai, Jack Butler guitar from Crossroads, the
right.
Yeah. And yeah. No, I mean they look like the Jacksons and Charvels that Charvel started making, I guess maybe around 86 or something. They started putting out those Charvels that look just like these. Yeah, they're cool. I don't know. I don't know the comparison to the ones from back then, the Japanese ones that they made.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm
Made out
sure
of alder.
they can't be made in Japan if they're 1259. It would be more like 3259.
Right. 3259. That's a pretty good looking guitar. There's some other ones.
And I love the maple neck,
Let's see if it'll switch. It did. There we go. Not bad.
1469, you're paying for the paint job, pretty much.
Yep.
And different color pickups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have, see, it's weird. Sometimes when I click on things, I think it's if it opens up in a different window, it doesn't follow. Yeah, the white. What do you think of the white?
White's cool.
Yeah, that would look good. What's that?
You just showed a black one. Let's see the black one. Yep. Yeah, black one. Black one's cool. Yeah. My friend Chris Olson, who I originally played guitar with, first started playing music with somebody, and I remember, and it was actually it was Christmas, and it might have been Christmas of '86, and he got a Charvel for Christmas from his parents, and it looked just like that guitar,
Mhm.
except it was a rosewood board on it,
Right.
but pull-on neck, 2 humbuckers, and it was a great guitar, which he still owns that guitar actually.
Right.
Uh, but I remember I was just like, "Oh, he's got a Charvel," like the Holy Grail or something like that. So it was a big deal. Um, but yeah, it kind of looks like the one he had. It's that same, I don't know, same guitar pretty much, except for a different board.
Was it hold on, hide. Let me see if I can find one first. I can. Hold on, let me stop sharing and then reshare because it's a different screen. You know where as soon as you said that story, you know where I'm gonna go. Bing!
Oh, there you go. So his
Right there.
yeah, that one is different. That's what you like. I know you like those Model
Model
6.
6.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what his was more like that, maybe a Model 3, but maybe it was a Model 2. Maybe that because the 2 humbucker, I'm thinking. Um, let's see.
Ah, that's pretty cool, huh? The checkerboard?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
80s.
There's the red one right there. So it looks like it's kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
that guitar. Old
Yeah.
99. That's the thing. You can get some of those old Charvels, the Japanese ones, a pretty decent price point, and they're worth every penny because those guitars are just unbelievable.
Well, they were, a couple years ago, they were getting up there. They're coming back
Oh,
down.
yeah.
Yeah, they're the Model 6s especially because I've been
Oh, hey,
watching them.
go up there. It looks like his. It was like a black one, or
What?
maybe that one right there. Oh, that's the one he had. I think
Right
that's
here?
Model 4. I think that's it to the right.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's like a Model 6 with a bolt on, right?
yeah, yep.
Yeah, and
And
then the 3
had the
switch. It has
yeah,
a crazy mid boost on it that's really cool.
and it had a Jackson Floyd, like, which were
Mhm.
kind of a pain in the ass because they snapped the top of them, and I heard that they haven't really lasted the test of time.
Let's see if it
It's just
oh, shit, it wouldn't. Alright, let me unshare and share again. I'll show everybody what you're talking about.
you
I'm
know,
almost
my
positive.
just come to think of it, my friend Art, who's the guitar player for, Asheron and Vincent Crowley, he has, like, a shitload of old Charvels that he's bought over the years.
That right there with
Japanese.
the
Yep, that's it. That is
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah. They're, well, and you kind of let's see if it doesn't zoom in far enough. Let me see if they have a closer picture of that bridge. Oh, this right here. So this
Yeah,
can be problematic right there
yeah.
because the way that locks is the traditional lock blocks lock down on the
Mhm.
string.
Yep.
These lock up on the string, so you get a groove underneath of there. I've had this happen with the one that comes in here. If you get a
Mhm.
groove in there, then the string slips back and forth through it, which
And
is a pain in the rear end.
I think those were, like, those, those locking nuts were, like, similar to the Kalars, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you have the regular nut there and then the locking
Yeah,
back behind
yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Oh, there's a good I wish they had a better yeah, and that's the difference between a Model 4 and Model 6 is the neck through. But yeah, these right here, you can see it looks like they're all different lengths. There's a little thing back in there that the adjuster, you get that straight. They're a little tricky but easy. So yeah, I like these guitars. That
Yeah.
one's really
Those
good
those
too.
are well-built instruments, those Japanese, Charvels from the mid to late '80s. Really well made. I had a Charvel
Ooh,
3 ER, which was a great guitar. It was a single and a reverse headstock. There wasn't many reverse headstocks back then. And that
Yeah,
came
yeah.
out maybe around 88 or something like that, I think.
I don't know what in the world they something went awry back here. Jeez.
Battle scar there.
I I think he got shot with a pellet gun. Oh my god. All right, I'll stop sharing that one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's get on to our next. We're just rolling right. So here's what I found interesting. Well, let's talk about guitar prices. We haven't talked about guitar prices and tariffs in a while.
Mhm.
Um, so Fender announces that they're having problems. I guess their credit was downrated and or downgraded, and they're going to have to raise prices. But I swear, everywhere you look, there are sales on new guitars.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, you know?
Yeah, it's really weird that now I can tell you that the used market has gotten really strange.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, it used to be you could move guitars. You can move Strats. I had a Strat in here, and a couple weeks ago, somebody bought it, and I consigned it for them, and did a setup on it, string change, and I was upstairs, put it up on Facebook Marketplace, came downstairs to play guitar, and by the time I got downstairs, I had somebody hit me up on it. That thing got a lot of views, a lot of saves, but it was a Strat. Like Strats move if you price them correctly,
Mhm.
Strats, Les Pauls. Um, I had a lot of problems with the Reverend. The Reverend finally sold. I think I said that last week. That sold, but man, being out there, geez, everybody wants to trade stuff.
Yeah.
That gets so old. But I
Mhm.
still we've talked about that Area Pro a ton. He has that marked down to 350 and it still hasn't moved, which is surprising because everybody talks about those guitars.
Mhm.
So, yeah, so the market is weird. PRS, I think they marked everything down for the rest of the year. What, 20% on SEs and I think amps and
Oh,
accessories, things like that. I don't know if on their cores, not sure, but they have like a big sale going on for the rest of the year, probably to
okay.
move guitars.
I wonder
So,
what the deal is with Fender. Maybe there's something internally going on there.
yeah, well, and I wonder if some of it doesn't have to do with our next topic, which is G&L. So
Yeah, I didn't know about this until you told me.
yeah, G&L apparently they furloughed their employees or they're going to furlough their employees and close up shop.
That is a
So
shame. Yeah, it's a
it
real
is.
great guitars. I mean, every G&L I've ever played, really superior instruments,
Yeah.
really well made, and also I don't know if it was Leo Fender's family that still owned G&L or not.
I don't know if they were owned by that or maybe I know I had one a few years ago, and I think the paper that comes with it or they came with it, it's signed by his widow, I think. But I don't know if that necessarily means that she was the owner.
Yeah,
It may have been bought by somebody by then, but maybe not.
yeah, because possibly Leo Fender could be the greatest guitar builder ever, and yeah, what a shame,
Yeah. Well, and I think they're gonna get absorbed by the aforementioned Fender.
So what happens to them? Did they become made in China? you
Well, I
know?
think they do have some imports.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
know that. But
Yeah, they have some imports. And you know what? So I've had 2. I had one, years ago, a Telecaster, G&L, butterscotch, and it was a cool looking guitar. I didn't like it because the neck was like an absolute baseball bat.
mhm,
But well made, sounded good, played well except for the baseball bat. Then I had another one, and it had I forget which one this is, but it has kinda crooked pickups in it. Is it
mhm,
I wanna say S100 or something like that.
mhm.
I forget what it is, but I had one of those and kept it for a while and sold that. But they were both really good guitars. The way I always understood it is, that was Leo Fender, selling his company and then going on to make G&L, and then kind of refining the process of Fender with G&L.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to almost wonder if G&L won't become like a subsection of Fender.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, especially when you had Gibson who bought Kramer, and there's no Kramers made today that are made in the States.
Right.
So and look what happened to Epiphone too. It's
Right.
another company like that. So
right. Or if they wouldn't do like EVH, EVH is a subsidiary, or it actually is Fender, I would assume. But then you have the USA ones, and you have a lot of import ones.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, at least you have both. You have custom shop too, EVHs.
Right.
And,
but then you almost have to wonder. It's like, well, if they do domestic or made in USA guitars, are they going to be like a made in USA EVH? Like stupid expensive.
Yeah. Well, I guess that remains to be seen.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Then let's see. Nuno Guitars. So Nuno has left the building with Washburn.
He was probably Washburn's longest consistent artist, and probably the guy that's been holding that company together. And now he's gone. He's started his own company, but
right.
For him,
Well, and there was I mentioned it before. I watched Phil McKnight on Friday nights typically, and he bought one because he's a big Nuno fan. And this has been in the last couple months. He's talked about it on a show. You can go back and watch him if you're interested in the story. But not you, but anybody watching. But you can too. I give you permission if you want to. No.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, so he's had a lot of problem with it, and he's talked a lot about it, and he reached out to Washburn and said, hey, there's all these defects with this guitar, and they did not make it right. So I figured some of that probably played into it, not necessarily him, but quality issues. If you're Nuno and you're playing, like he's getting like a turbo boost in his career right now, it seems. He's always been a phenomenal player, but I think the Ozzy tribute gave him some good wind in his sails. So, but remember, he was playing one of those prototypes in the car on the way to the Ozzy thing. The tribute concert. Yeah.
So the guitar he's playing at the Ozzy Sabbath farewell show was his guitar.
I think maybe. I'm not 100% certain, but I know on the way there he was practicing, more than likely, but I just can't remember. Angelo jumped in. Hey, thanks for joining us. We are doing well. Hope you're doing well also.
Yeah, same to you.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah, and I wonder if I think I had. Hold on, let me see if I had something. There's a picture of it. And I think we've all seen it. It looks. This tariffs. No. I did not. I can find it. Hold on. I have the technology.
It's funny because I'm pretty sure I could be incorrect, but Ola, who does, has his own podcast, and Ola owns Solar Guitars. I'm pretty sure he had a signature guitar with Washburn and basically just took that with him and started his own company with Solar. So it's based off that same design. I could be incorrect. If anybody in the comments can correct me or incorrect me. But I'm pretty sure he had a Washburn signature too.
Yep, here we go. Here's why I couldn't find it. It didn't say Nuno. It said built with the same passion. That guitar right there.
Huh.
I think this, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one he had in the back of the limo when he was playing. There were videos of him playing in the back of the limo on the way. There you go.
So these are the guitars, huh? These are the Nuno guitars.
Yeah.
Now, are these made in the States or?
I don't know if they know who the builder is. You know what? So is it me, or does he absolutely look stoned every second of the day?
He does.
He's living life right, let me tell you.
Great player. Great player.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, you have a bird's eye maple.
Okay, I see it. I see the logo.
Yeah.
The neck. Okay. Yeah, man.
Be interested?
That's awesome. Would I play one of those guitars?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
It's basically a super strat, right?
I love that. Even though everybody knows I play a V most of the time, I love super strats. Love them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
His headstock.
You know what it reminds that what's a head you
I like
go ahead.
Oh, I said I like the headstock, you know.
Oh, well, it looks very similar to me.
Yeah, it's basically the same guitar. It's the same shape.
Well, let me
it's probably made better.
Oh yeah, I mean if it's his, it's going to be made. I can't find one that's a reverse headstock. I'll put another one up here. I'll show you what so let's get it in our memory here. All right, so you're looking at the headstock now. All right, let me unshare, and then I'm going to share another and see if it looks familiar. Which I find, I think he actually may be one of their players. I could be totally wrong.
FU tone?
Yeah, similar, huh?
Yes and no.
Yeah, well, there's a little, yeah, so there's a little bit more of a point. So I guess I'm looking more at the hook at the end.
His is more like, it's like a bigger Fender headstock, like a 70s, but it's got like a curl.
Yeah.
Like a hooky kind of curl
yeah.
at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice if I know I'd spend my whole time looking over there so you'll check out my ear the whole show. I have to look there to see what we're looking at on the screen. So,
yeah. But yeah, man,
I think he's gonna do well, man.
Yeah, he you know, branching off, doing his own thing, and it's great. You know.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about a super strat style guitar having two humbuckers. I don't know why, but I either like hum single or HSS.
Yeah, I like two humbuckers, you know.
Yeah. Well, you would like one.
I love the hum single. That's just, you know.
Yeah.
Like I saw a friend of mine today. I posted a photo of arrows. You know, me and Bob with our two of our arrows. And,
oh yeah, I saw that.
You know, this is the best V ever made, which for me it's the most comfortable V. And a friend of mine from the band Necrot, he wrote, they just need to make a hum single version of the arrow. You know, which there is. I've seen custom shops. Made, you know, so that is actually my idea too. I was like, yeah, me too.
I saw somebody wrote a comment and said, does Bob's guitar have 50 frets on it or something? Like 40 frets.
Because of the way the photo looks, it's like
it looks super long.
Like this, where I'm like back here, further back.
That's the whole red flag on it thing, so nobody hits their head on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm good. 24 frets, I'm good. You know.
Yeah. Well, what else do you have? What else does everybody else have before we sign off? We've been hour and 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, I don't
Be
know.
good. We'll talk
Yeah.
about so we talked about doing a redo of the show from a couple weeks.
Oh,
So
yeah. So we're gonna have Craig Smolowski and Craig's guitar player. Oh my God, I'm so
Kaz.
Kaz. And
Yep.
so we're gonna redo the interview because there was a lot of technical problems for that. So we're gonna have them on soon. We're gonna figure out the date and
Yeah.
have them on the show and have a proper interview for everybody and with no technical issues. So
Yeah, and we'll get those words. I mean, those are things that happen, and look at we never really explained it last week because we had so many of us in here. But Craig's a lot of fun,
yes,
and we were really looking forward to meeting Kaz also. But there was a lot of echo, and we took it down because we know if people listen to it, like I listen to things in with earphones or earbuds, so I don't disturb my wife if I'm in the same room. And like if somebody's using, I don't know if you noticed, but last week Rick kept hitting the cough button because he had the pollen thing going. But man,
oh
if
no,
somebody coughs or yeah, he kept hitting the mute button so you didn't hear it.
oh okay,
But yeah, if somebody coughs or if there's a loud noise, loud tools or whatever, it just
mhm.
drives you nuts. Or if there's an echo, so people don't want to watch. So we just decided to take it down and we would just do a redo because for me, it's always a blast having Craig around
Yeah, yeah,
and cutting up with him. Now, the fun part is, and we say this every week, so the people that are still hanging out, I know we always say this, and we have to make it happen one time. Like, the most fun is as soon as I hit end stream. So, which is a little button I have up there to end the stream. When I hit that and we're no longer live, it amps up 5
yeah,
times. It
yeah,
gets really, really funny. And I just wish everybody could see that portion of the show, but, sometimes everybody's, and I'm the same way. I mean, it's hard to get used to being live on this thing, you know?
yeah, yeah,
And you have to guard what you say, although I
yeah,
don't guard half of most of what I say, and I don't feel like I have to. If you don't like it, just don't listen to me.
yeah, exactly.
And I found with my voice, I think since I've been in Virginia, like my speech has slowed down like the Virginia drawl, like
Ah,
not like it used to be when I was up in the city. So I have only found this because I watched this back on either 1.5 or 1 3/4 speed. And my suggestion is when I talk, everybody should speed it up because I sound like a normal person.
I think I probably slowed down my speech too. Especially coming from Philly,
Yeah.
originally I'm from Philly. Yeah, everybody's speed talks. As some of my friends that you've met, you probably noticed.
Right. Right.
So
And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's everybody here had well, not everybody, because most of the people here are from somewhere else.
yeah,
But the people that are from this part of Virginia do have a slower tone and more of a drawl to it. I can
yeah,
tell you've met my daughter.
yeah,
She talks fast. She doesn't have a drawl to her. She's a million miles a minute.
yeah,
So she didn't pick it up.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, anyway, so that's all the goofiness. So that's what's coming up. And then we have Rick and Jeremy and maybe some others coming on in a couple weeks, right?
Yep, yeah.
Um,
We're going to be continuing on with our series of hard rock and heavy metal,
right,
and we are now going to be entering into the extreme metal, era, pretty much. So
right,
we'll be getting into that too. So and
right,
and and the other hard rock of the later '80s as well.
right.
So
Maybe there's some other extreme people like Jeremy and some other people that we could have on. Um,
yeah, I might be able to get somebody to come on.
yeah,
That was there with me. So
yeah. There you go. There you
you
go.
know,
And then I mean, if people put it in the comments, like some ideas, we want to do some. I know we say this a lot. It is so. I never realized this until we started doing it. Like it is really hard. like it's a guitar channel and a gear channel. For one, it's really hard to do playthroughs or demos because of the damn mic clipping, and needing interfaces and connect those to StreamYard and all that. The other is it's really hard to do repairs and all that kind of stuff, you know, while you're videoing, unless you're set up for it. I think if this is something that we're going to hang with and keep doing, which it'd be nice if the viewership would go up, but you know, I think that comes with time. But I think eventually I'm going to move myself out of here and have more of a guitar area rather than in a shop. We kind of did this on purpose because we figured, hey, if we need to demonstrate something, we could do it like the workbench, like where
Yeah.
that guitar is. We could do it right here, but it's too hard. It's too hard. It's, you know, too much equipment, all that kind of stuff. We're not AV guys.
Yeah,
Audio
we'll
visual.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. We're getting there. So
2048.
anyway, that's all.
Yeah.
What's that?
2048, maybe we'll get there. You know.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's hard when you get older to keep up with all this shit. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us this week. We'll have more stuff next week, and like and subscribe or there, whichever side it's on.
All right.
Everybody take care. Peace out.